Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Shelby and I am a big lover of books, so I decided to start a booktube channel earlier this year. But I also want to incorporate a little bit of my life here and there, so I like to do some of these occasional vlogs. And this vlog is going to be quite different from the rest because this is going to be a moving vlog. I'm so excited. I am such a big fan of moving vlogs. I truly enjoy them. Even when I am just bored at home, I'll just sit there and see if I can find moving vlogs. Particularly, I found that I really love watching moving vlogs in New York, because I just like to see the different, I guess, apartments and things that people move into over there. But I am not moving to New York. I actually do live on the East Coast, but not in New York. That is okay. But I'm very, very excited to be moving. A little background story. We as in myself, my husband, and our roommate have lived in this apartment for almost 5 years now, which is crazy to think. And I think I kind of got lost in the timeline because of COVID, because we moved in right before COVID. And so in my head, I kept thinking we've only been here for 3 years, and it's definitely been almost 5. So with that being said, we have been wanting to move out of this apartment for quite some time, just because it's nice, but it looks better than it is. It is something that I feel like we've definitely outgrown, and I'm ready for something different. That's the biggest thing. I think we were all just ready for something different. There's been a lot of issues at this specific apartment complex, and just a lot of issues that we've had in the apartment itself. So it's just time for something fresh. And I just love getting a new space to kind of play around with. So I'm very, very excited about that. And the thing that I'm most excited about, oh my gosh, is the location. The location, guys, I'm so excited. So I have a particular bookstore that I go to all the time, and it's in like this kind of like downtown shopping area, and that is where we are moving. So it is going to be literally just a walk across the street from my new place. So I'm really excited about that because I can go to the bookstore all the time, and that just sounds like heaven. I probably should not do that all the time before I start running out of things to do at the bookstore. Can you run out of things to do at the bookstore? I don't think so. Anyways, I just don't want to ruin it for myself. I don't want to overdo going to the bookstore too much to the point where I'm like, I don't really want to go to the bookstore. But maybe that won't happen. Maybe I'm just talking crazy right now. But yeah, so that is long story made short. It's Tuesday right now, and we move on Friday. So we are very, very close to being out of here, which is crazy because this has felt like such a long time coming. We've known for quite some time that we were going to move, and I think we made the official decision back in July. But I'm excited. If I can find the videos, because I did take videos of when we toured the first couple of places that we went to see, I will insert them. I just don't remember if I have them saved on my computer or not. Whatever. If I do have them, I will insert them after this. But if you don't see them, then that just means I couldn't find them. That's okay. We toured, I want to say we toured 4 places. So one of the places that we toured is actually in the area that we're at right now, which is actually like my hometown. I grew up here. So I just kind of wanted to stay close because this is also where my dad is still located, and I kind of just wanted to be within walking distance to get to him. But that place was nice. It just kind of felt, from the outside, it looked like a prison. So we decided not to go for that. And then we toured the place that we were going to move into, and I immediately felt that sense of home when I walked in, because that day when we went to tour the place that we're moving into, we saw 3 other apartments, or 3 apartments in total, I should say. And when we walked into this one in particular, it just felt like home. It felt like we could make it us, and it would feel cozy and comfy and just, oh, I'm so excited. I hope we're told that there's a fireplace. And my fingers are crossed that there's a fireplace, because my roommate Libby and I, we have just like been like, oh my gosh, we really want a fireplace. So fingers crossed that that is the case. And there's a possibility of 1 like wet bar bookshelf kind of thing, or 2 bookshelves. So I'm not sure what that might look like and if we'll have those, but if so, I'm excited because that means more places to put books, which is gonna be great because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need that living right next to the bookstore and also being right next to Target. This is gonna be so bad but so good at the same time. But anyways, so we toured that place, and then after we toured that place, we kind of were thinking about it. We didn't know if it was going to be the right fit, because there was what felt like it's a bigger place but yet not bigger because of the layout. And we are really, really going to be compromising on our kitchen. The kitchen that we have here now is all part of like one big space, so it is combined with our living room. And we have a huge island which basically divides the kitchen from the living room. But there's a lot of cabinets. There's a lot of things that we have that we won't have at the new place. So the storage is the biggest concern right now. But we will see once we move in how that works. I'm not going to stress myself about it. If things can't find a place, then maybe we just need to revise what we have and see if we actually need it, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that we can get rid of and a lot of extra things that we just don't need. So we will see. But yeah, so we just weren't sold on it 100% because of that little aspect of like lack of storage. But other than that, we loved it. Then we toured another place. We were not feeling that one at all. I don't even remember. It just felt really dark. It didn't feel as inviting. It didn't feel as welcoming. It was near the same location, but a little bit further down, so we weren't as close. There was just a lot of things that were just like a no. So we, I think, immediately knew that that just wasn't going to be the place, even though the space was good. This is the walk-in closet master bedroom, which is a decent size. I don't know. On the internet, it looked great. In person, it's not selling me yet, but I know that we can make it a good space. That's the thing. This would be really nice for the bed. I think that was probably the bigger one that we had seen. We just decided that that wasn't the right place for us. And then we toured another one up this way, which we have seen previously. And we just wanted to kind of revisit it just to see if it was still an option for us. And we decided ultimately that we didn't like it. So we decided to pass. As updated as it may look, it's not the most, I don't know. In the closet. Oh, this is an interesting layout. Because right now you have your dress. I think it's just time for a change. This is crazy. Yeah. This is.
What's the name of this one? Or does it
It's called the Sequoia with Sunroom.
Okay.
And the one we came from is called Sequoia.
Sequoia. Okay. Cool.
And the Sequoia with Sunroom comes with the fireplace, or does it both? And because you have the wall, so you can put more.
Yeah. This is heavy. And the only thing is carpets throughout. Right. But I liked this, and I liked the windows. Mm-hmm. And it's facing the woods. And which brings us to present day and the apartment that we did decide on. So I'm very, very excited. this is our second move on our own. So like when Anthony and I moved in here, we moved out of my parents' place. So this is our second move, and this feels like the big move because I did not actually get to take part in the moving process all that much when we moved into here because I unfortunately had to work. I was able to get off halfway through the moving process, but I didn't do the start to finish. Thankfully, Anthony had a good bit of help, and we didn't have as much to bring over this time around because we were starting fresh. We didn't have a couch. We didn't have any of that. So, yeah, this time is definitely going to be much different. A lot of moving pieces, but I'm excited. But I will say, I don't remember feeling like this when we moved in here. But the stress of moving is so real, guys. If you have not moved yourself, it is so stressful. It is a lot of moving parts, and we're down to the wire now. So a good majority of things are packed, except for most of the things in the kitchen. We haven't fully packed everything in there yet because we still need to be able to use the kitchen right now. And a lot of the things that aren't packed are really just like food and things like that. I apologize for being so stuffy. I have bad allergies and the dust accumulation that is building up in this place, which is another thing that I will not miss. This building accumulates so much dust. I could dust, sweep, vacuum, mop, whatever, and it comes back in like 2 days. So it has not been good for the good old nose. So I'm very glad to be leaving that behind. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, just the kitchen is really the biggest thing, but it's also one of those things where you've got like the little knickknacks that you're like, I don't know what to really do with that. So I'm just kind of, I have a box over here that I'm just kind of chucking everything into, that's in like the bedroom and stuff that are just like little knickknacks. But for the most part, everything is packed. I have done a lot in terms of packing, and that has given me some peace of mind. But I will say in here does not look too bad. I've wrapped up the monitor and things like that. I do have to take care of the lamp here, but I'm gonna leave that for probably till the end because we read at night and I'm gonna need obviously a good light to be able to see what I'm reading, which I'm going to talk about a book I'm reading right now in just a second. But I mean, other than that, it's just the little things. I'm almost done completely packing up the clothes so I can show you all of that. But I figured today and tomorrow I want to get like pretty much everything that I can done so that Thursday I can kind of take a minute to breathe before we're just going for it. I don't know how much I'll actually have to do on Thursday, but I'm sure there will be little things that I will finalize, like probably packing up the rest of the stuff in the kitchen. But Libby will be off that day, so hopefully she'll be able to help me. And yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be fine. I figured let's get some packing done and yeah, kick off this moving vlog because I'm so excited. I think I'm just more so excited for like a fresh environment, really. It's been too long here. So before I do that though, I did want to talk a little bit about the book that I'm reading. I did film a few other clips this past last couple of days. We had to run some errands here and there, and so I decided that I'd pick up the camera and insert those clips. And one of those days we actually stopped at Barnes & Noble. So I picked up a book that I've been wanting to read, and I have just started it, and that is 11/22/63 by Stephen King. This is the book that made me interested in wanting to read his books. I don't know why, but it just sounded so interesting. So Haley Pham, who is a YouTuber or a booktuber that I watch all the time. Like, I absolutely love anything that she puts out. But she had done a video a few years ago where she read Stephen King for the first time. And this was one of the books that was in it. And of course she read a couple other of his books, but this is the one that stood out to me the most. But it felt very daunting because it's a bigger book. It's a little bit thicker. This one is almost 900 pages. Not his biggest, but it is a bigger book. So I think that kind of was like, ooh, I've never read any of his books before. I don't know if that's the one that I want to start with. So I just, when you guys would have seen this video already if you have been watching my channel, but if you haven't, I will link it. I did a Stephen King reading vlog where I thought I was going to read the entirety of Skeleton Crew, but I just decided that would be like something that I would probably go back to on and off, because that's short stories of his. But the first book that I read within Skeleton Crew was The Mist, which was a good book. It wasn't my favorite. I think I just didn't enjoy it as much because I didn't have the physical book to read. I was listening to it through the audiobook. But I think I'll probably revisit it at some point with the physical book and see if that made a difference. But then I also read Carrie, which I really, really enjoyed. I think I ended up giving that one a 4.5 stars. Yeah, I really enjoyed that book. And so I told myself, once we move, I'm going to run over to Barnes & Noble's and I'm going to treat myself to a book. And I was going to get 11/22/63. But because we happened to be in the area and it's been a rough last couple of days, I decided to pick up this book now. And so I'm very happy about it. I already started reading it. I'm on chapter 3 right now. And it is already very, very good. I don't know how fast I'm going to finish this book because as you can see, I have not made a huge dent in the book yet. But I imagine if I can just get a moment to really like crack down and read, I'll be able to get a good way through. So that's my plan for today after I pack. If I can, I'd like to get some reading time in. But yeah, if you don't know much about this book, this is actually it's not a retelling of like the JFK assassination, but essentially it's like a spin upon it. So we have our main character who essentially, he goes to this diner in his, in the town that he lives in. And the gentleman that owns the diner basically calls him one day and says, hey, I need you to come down. And he finds out that he has the capability to time travel. And I guess the entire point is to time travel back to see if you can, or if he can stop the JFK assassination. So I thought that that was super cool and I really wanted to read it. And I don't know too much about his writing yet to know if he's gonna add some kind of weird crazy twist to it or if there's gonna be some kind of creepy factor to it, but I don't think that I would need this at all. I don't think I would need any of those factors at all to enjoy this book because I'm already very much invested in this book. So that is what I'm reading. I'm gonna try to only just read this because it is such a big book and there's probably a lot that's gonna go down in it, but we will see how it goes. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling and talking here because it is already been almost 20 minutes of me just sitting here chatting with you guys. So I don't know how much of this you were going to see, but welcome to the vlog and let's get into the things that actually involve moving, packing. Oh boy, it is a beautiful day outside though. It is crisp. I woke up this morning and I was freezing and I was like, I do not want to turn on the heat, but I might have to. But I'm enjoying it. It's so pretty. Let's see if I can show you guys really quick. Wow! Almost fell over. Can't see through that. such a beautiful day. You can't really pick up the leaves on the trees very well, but it's so beautiful outside. Anywho, I'm going to see what I can pack up a little bit. The easiest thing for me to do is just pack up the clothes because I don't need to keep out a lot of clothes. I just need to keep out clothes for the next couple of days. And I became very smart out of nowhere and decided that I would pack a suitcase, which is in the corner right there. I decided I'd pack a suitcase and put like the things that we would need when we first move in, like towels and stuff like that, in there so that we just have that to start using. So let me put some stuff away and I will check in with you guys whatever I get up to next. About to head to At Home to kind of see if we can maybe find some new plates and stuff because a lot of our kitchenware is just needing to be replaced, and I figured I would bring you guys along with us, and I'll just see what other things might be there as well. So yeah. Also, another quick side note, while I wait for Anthony to get back in the car because we stopped to get gas, but we have lived at our current apartment for almost 5 years. If we had renewed our lease, it would have been 5 years. But, so it is definitely like long overdue to leave and be in a new space because I'm not very good with staying in one place for too long. So I'm excited for that. The only thing with this place is it is an older complex. The one that we are in now is a newer, more modern complex, and there's a lot of things that I like about like a modern building or a newer building, but there's also a lot of downsides. If you guys have questions or want to know about that after I move, I can do like a comparison video or something like that. All right, so I am back home. We finished our trip at the store, and you would have seen as well that we made a pit stop over by where the Barnes & Nobles is because Anthony wanted to go in there and I wasn't gonna say no. So yeah, I figured I would go ahead and show you guys what I ended up picking up while we were out. We needed to get new dishware, and that was like the main reason for going to the store, just to see what they may have. So At Home had this dishware set, and I was really only looking for like plates and bowls. I didn't need mugs. Like, we have an endless supply of mugs, and I found that I don't care about the sets of mugs because I end up wanting to get like regular, I don't even know, I end up getting like novelty mugs or like other cute little mugs like Chip here and things like that. So I just figured it didn't make sense. But this is the dish set that we ended up getting. It's kind of hard to see. It is a darker color than what we've had previously, but I'm not mad about it, and it was only $20, which is great. We'll see how these live up, but it's got 4 plates, 4 small plates, and 4 bowls, which is perfect. I'm really exhausted. It's just been a lot. But ooh, yeah, this is better. We also got a couple of other things. So we needed to get a new like toilet bowl cleaner. So I got this. It's cute. This is the holder, and then obviously you pull that and it's the brush. But we got that. And then we've had these towels from like when we moved out of my dad's, and my dad was the one that gifted us these towels, and so it's definitely time to like revamp and get rid of some of the really old beat up towels that we have. And At Home had some great looking towels for a pretty reasonable price, so I picked those up. These were $7.99 each, so I'm not mad about that. And these are Plush Performance bath towels. So we will see how they go. I just love I'll do it this way. I love the pattern on this. And this one is green. And then I got a blue one as well, which I am very happy with. And then just like the matching dish towels, or not dish towels, washcloths. My goodness, need to wake up. But yeah, I got the matching washcloths to go with it, so I am happy about that. And then finally, this, I told myself I was gonna wait until we move, but it has been just like a lot going on. So I wanted to treat myself and make myself a little bit happy and buy myself a book, since we were at Barnes & Noble's. And I picked up, finally, this is the one and only Stephen King book that I had really, really and truly wanted to read. This was the book that made me interested in wanting to pick up his books. Random, because he has so many books, and they're all, from my understanding, very, very good books. But 11/22/63. I want to read this. So I finally picked that up, and I told myself I would wait till we move. And then when I picked it up today, I was like, well, I'll wait to read it after I finish my other book, because I still have to finish House in the Cerulean Sea, which I'm very, very close to being done. Like, honestly, if I put my mind to it, I could finish it within like the next day or two. I just want to enjoy the book because I am really loving it, but I might have to go on the back burner because I really want to read this. Like, I really, really want to read this. And I read the first page of it in the car ride home. And I was already like, yep, I like this book already. So we will see. I probably will start it. It's a big book, so I feel like if I read it in sections, that's not bad. But I don't know if I'll be able to just read it in sections. But yeah, in terms of House in the Cerulean Sea, I am more than halfway done with the book. So I'm almost there. I'm on page 229, and this book only has like almost 400 pages. So I am almost there, just not quite yet. It's because I decided that I needed to finish Assistant to the Villain. What else did I finish? Carrie. And I'm also reading Lovely War or A Lovely War. I can't remember the actual title. But I'm reading that one as well. So I'm almost done with that. So I'm just like, I did too much. I did too much this month, and then everything else that's going on top of it, it's just too much. So we'll see. But I am really wanting to pick up that one. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking because I clearly need to chill out and rest for a little bit. So I don't know when I will update you guys next, but the next time you may see me may be us moving into the new apartment. Today is the last full day in this house, so we are trying to wrap everything up as quickly as possible, but it feels like it is never ending at this point. There's just like these little things that just keep popping up. So figured I'd bring you guys along because I think I'm gonna have to split this vlog into like maybe 2-3 parts, I'm not sure yet, and just get some of this part of the moving process.